Welcome back to the vlog. I am in Bali in Chamagi at the Lost Creator Villa. I am super happy to be back. If you are new to this channel, my name is Yaku. This is the Roaming Rucksack. I share my love for all things travel. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button and I will keep you posted on all my travels. I've been getting some DMs from people asking me what happened to the vlogs, why are you not sharing videos anymore? For the past 2 years, I've been busy focusing on my consulting business, so I haven't been able to travel. Thus, I'm super grateful to be on the road again and back in Bali. So after the past 2 years of hard work, I'm now in a position to be taking the next 6 weeks. While I'm still working remotely, I'm able to travel again. So I've decided to come back to Bali once again, simply because I love this place, and also it's a great place for skill sharing. It's a great place to develop your skill sets, and then obviously you've got all the adventure around you, where you can focus on content creation and blogging as well. This time I'm going to try my best to push out one vlog every week. I know last time I was here I was so busy, I just didn't get around to vlogging, but I'm going to try and push and get out one vlog every week. For the next 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm still going to be working, focusing on work, so I will create stories around Chamagi. Then I'm going to take a week or two to tone it down in terms of work, and then hopefully I get to visit some of the surrounding islands, because there's some pretty exciting things that I want to try and do. I'm not going to give it away yet because I still need to figure out whether or not I'm going to be able to do it, but I will definitely take you with on those adventures. So yes, that's my story in short, but let's start the story 4 days ago back in Windhoek. Back to the vlog. I've been waiting a while to say that. I'm super stoked to be vlogging again. I haven't been traveling, and I've really been missing creating some videos. I just ran my last errands and now I'm heading back home to catch my flight. I'm heading off to Cape Town tonight, and then tomorrow we take the long flight back to Indonesia. So the plan is to stay the next 6 weeks in Bali. I'm going to do skill sharing and just get inspired again. I'm also going to be sharing some of the tips and things that you need to know in terms of getting to Bali. There's been some changes when it comes to visas and everything that you need to get to or get through customs. So I will be sharing that later in the video. Before we get into that, let's catch that flight to Cape Town. Once I made it through security, I decided to visit the Paragon Lounge. This is the only lounge in the Windhoek airport, but it provides you with all the comfort, and it's a great place to have a meal just before you board that flight.
Your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight as you enjoy the freedom of the African skies above.
About half an hour into our journey, we were served lunch. I must say, Airlink is doing great work as a regional airline, and I'm always amazed by the quality of their food. Made it to Cape Town. So I'm spending the night in the Grey Hotel here in the Waterkant, and then I had a quick dinner. I completely forgot to film it, but I had a quick dinner with my friend Peter at the airport, and now this is room 1. where I'll be spending tonight, and then tomorrow morning we head off to the airport again for that big flight to Singapore. Just checked in. Now I need to make my way to the waterfront quickly because there's some tech that I still need, obviously, and I want to see if I can find it quickly. It's a perfect evening in Cape Town. It's cold, but it's sort of perfectly clear. So that's day one. Just arrived back at my hotel. I need to go to bed because tomorrow is going to be a long one. I didn't find the mic that I was looking for the vlogs, but I'm sure I will find one along the way. I will see you tomorrow. Good morning. So yeah, I had a good 8 hours rest. I feel much better this morning. I'm gonna get some coffee and then we're gonna head back to the airport to catch that flight. I'm feeling a bit anxious this morning, but I think it's more excitement than anything else. Just made it through security. Now it's customs, and then we're ready for the flight. I want to see if I can quickly, well, I still have some time left, so I want to go to the Bidvest lounge and check that out. I had a really nice breakfast at the Bidvest lounge, sent a few emails, and then I was ready to board. Today I'm flying on Singapore's A350. The A350 is my favorite plane in the sky. Ciao, thank you.
During takeoff and landing, ensure that your tray table is stowed away. Make sure that your seat belt is securely fastened during taxi, takeoff, and landing. To fasten, bring the two ends of the seat belt together.
And off we went. Now it's finally sinking in. I'm going back to Bali. Touched down in OR Tambo in Johannesburg just for an hour. We didn't get off the plane, but for this Singapore flight they usually pick up customers in the Joburg airport, but it wasn't long before we were back in the air, ready for the 10.5-hour journey to Singapore. As I was watching the sunset over the Indian Ocean, watching Friends for the millionth time, we were served a great meal. And there she was, Singapore. This would be my first time at the Changi airport. Changi Airport, I had a 2.5 hour layover and had to catch the train to Terminal 2. Changi has been voted the best airport in the world for several years now, and this is where I found my mics.
Hello, 49. Hi. This is. Thank you. Thank you.
And then we were back in the air, this time on Singapore's Boeing 787 Dreamliner. 2 hours to go until we get to Bali. And then finally we arrived in Bali. This was such a great sight to see. So as promised, in terms of the requirements to get into Indonesia at the moment, a heads up, the B211A visa, which is your long stay visa, has changed to what is now known as the C1 visa. So essentially the C1 visa works exactly the same. You get 60 days on arrival, single entry only, and then after 60 days you can extend your visa for another 30 days 4 times. So essentially you get a full 6 months access into the country if you decide to extend it another 4 times after your initial 60 days lapsed. Be sure to know that this is for tourism only. This is not a visa that allows you to work in Bali. You are allowed to work from Bali, but it's not a work visa. It's for tourism purposes only. After you have collected your luggage, you then will move to the customs declaration section where you need to show your QR code. This is a declaration form that you can fill out prior to departure. So please do not waste your time by trying to fill out these forms in the airport. They've got a very, very efficient system, and you can do all these things prior to departure. So once you've completed your declaration form online, you will get your QR code, which you then just simply scan, and then you can move through. I will share all the links in the description below where you can find these forms to fill out. So the second QR code that you will need is your tourist tax levy. Some of the visas, these taxes are included, and like with the C1 visa, I had to pay for it separately. Full disclaimer, no one asked me for this. No one asked me to show the QR code, but they can ask you for this when you go through your passport control. And I think it's your responsibility as a tourist to simply pay this fee. It's 150,000 Indonesian rupiah, which is about 150, 160 Namibian dollars or South African rand. It's our responsibility to pay this because the money is used for sustainability in Bali, and it's supposed to go to ensuring that Bali is looked after in terms of the environment and the impact that we as travelers have on the island. And then finally, you need to show your health QR code as well. It's a health declaration form. This you can only fill out once you've checked in, because you need to show you need to fill out in the form, you need to fill out your seat number on the flights. So if you do not know your seat number, you cannot complete this prior to checking in for your flight, but it's also something that I completed the day just before leaving. It's a few basic questions regarding health that you need to complete just to ensure that you are healthy and fit when you enter the country. So basically that is the 4 things that you need: your visa, your health declaration, your customs declaration, as well as your tourism levy. So the great thing for some passport holders is that Bali airport now has introduced auto gates. Certain passports can simply apply for their visas online. You can scan your passport and go through the automated gate. It takes you literally a few minutes. Please don't do it to yourself by coming into the airport and then trying to apply for visa on arrival. So if you are able to do these things online prior to departure, then be sure to do so to save yourself a lot of time. Then I also need to mention, once you move out of the airport, there's a Grab office, so transfers out of the airport now is a lot more easier. Make sure that you download both Grab and Gojek before you leave, because I promise you those are 2 apps that you definitely will use while you're in Bali. So after 24 hours of travel, I made it to the Lost Creator house. It feels good to be back. I'm just extremely tired. The last flight just killed me, so I need some rest. I need to take a shower, and then I will catch up with you later.